So it's time to meet the main TBC classic character of Warcraft Dad, and this is KOOTA, my Enhancement Shaman. So let's log into KOOTA, see what he's got, and hear more about him. So the first thing to understand about KOOTA, I think, is why I chose to play Enhancement Shaman in TBC Classic. So going all the way back to the original WoW in the old days, 2006, when I rolled my first character, and the first character I rolled and then went on to raid was a warlock by the name of KOOTA, and you can see from anything I post from retail that I'm likely to be playing on KOOTA, my warlock. And so back in the old days, back in the end of WoW Classic, through TBC into Wrath and then early Cataclysm, I led one guild or another, and especially in TBC, we caned every bit of content, did everything, got everything. So the one thing when Classic came along that was interesting to me was maybe playing Warlock again and maybe doing the stuff I didn't do first time around. I barely got anywhere near Naxxramas in that, and so that's why I played Warlock all over again, relive a fine memory for one thing, I think many people did, and then do the end game properly this time. So, and I said I wouldn't play. I said I wouldn't play beyond that. And I stopped. I did indeed quit. And then it came around, and some of my friends I'd made through the game were carrying on, and conversations were had, and somebody said, well, why don't you just come back and play if you enjoy playing? Play an entirely different class. Try something completely different. And I thought, well, hang on a minute. I did have an alt. I rather enjoyed a melee alt because I'm more of a ranged DPS person traditionally. And it was an Enhancement Shaman that I rolled in Wrath of the Lich King first time around. Maybe I could do that, I thought. And so that's what happened. I rolled KOOTA here and leveled him up and then raided with him. And I've raided all the content of TBC with KOOTA, all the raid content, done the lot. I've taken my advice from the Shaman Discord. It's an excellent source. The guys who started it don't run it anymore, but I have all of that information, all of their spreadsheets, the sims, the lot. I haven't had the most hardcore raiding journey. I belong to a guild here on Mirage Raceway that take it seriously, yeah, but they're not pushing on every front to get these bosses on farm. And some people might say, well, that's not true, but it is true. It is true compared to what I've seen before, and it's much to the chagrin of some of my colleagues, but I'm happy. This guild raids, it gets bosses down in the end, we get loot, it's fine. And I've been lucky, and I think one of the reasons I'm lucky is because of the class I've chosen here. Enhancement Shaman ain't competing as much as some others. Now, I know hunters and rogues that will say, what are you talking about? Don't talk crap. Of course we're competing. And yeah, in certain scenarios and certain pieces of loot, of course, we're going for the same stuff. But there have been moments where I know I didn't need to reserve anything because no one else is going for what's dropping. Male pieces, generally. We can't really talk about leather. Sorry rogues, sorry druids, sorry hunters, sorry everyone who can wear leather. We all want that agility, we all want that attack power and other things, but I've been lucky and I've got some good gear, and I've done the profs the way they were supposed to be done as well. At the beginning everyone was saying with Enhancement Shaman you're going to level up leatherworking and skinning, and as soon as you've got all the gear from that you're going to level up blacksmithing so you can make your weapon, which was Dragon Maw or Dragon Strike, which I did use for a spell. Now, I've literally we're at this moment we have all of those Shattered Sun vendors Shattered Sun vendors available, so we can buy stuff. And I just upgraded my weapons, but if I open my inventory here, I use Bagnon, the add-on that combines all your bags into one. I can see what I've got in the bank here. And I just want to point out what I'm doing weapon-wise to begin with. So right now, I've got these equipped. Vanir's right and left fists of brutality. They're fast weapons, but on the Sims, there's about 0.5% more DPS than what I had before. What I had before is what you can see here. 2 siphons of the Nathrezine, which dropped from Supremus. Took me a while to get the 2. I got the first one almost the first run, and then maybe 8 weeks later I got the second one. Enchanted them, Mongoose and Executioner, and the very slow weapons. Wind Fury proc is good, but I didn't think I was hitting much. I felt like I was missing more. I definitely feel like I'm not missing as much. I don't know, it's only anecdotal, I've got no proof. I feel like I'm not missing as much with these. And so that's what I'm using now. Now what I want to get, of course, is the trash drop from... Let's have a look at Atlas loot here. The trash drop from Sunwell. And we'll look at what that is. I can't remember the name of it, but I reserve it every time. And it is this, Mounting Vengeance. This is my best in slot offhand weapon. And there's me and a warrior, Fury Warrior, in my guild, who does more tanking than DPS these days, but we always reserve that. So one of us is going to get it first, and the other one's going to be like, meh. But we can team that up with, or as a shaman, we can team that up with a weapon I already have from Black Temple, which I got the very first time. Oops, sorting my bags out there. The very first time we did Black Temple and downed High Warlord Nagentus, this dropped off him. And somebody said, "Do you want that?" And I said, "No, maybe. Okay, need." And I've got that, so I can match Mounting Vengeance with that until we get to. So I use that in my main hand and Mounting Vengeance in my offhand until we get this guy down. And then, of course, I'm going to be going for Hand of the Deceiver in my main hand and Mounting Vengeance in my offhand. That's the route for my weapons. But for now, and it seems like a good combo, these are good. So, what's the rest of my gear look like? Well, it's everything, pretty much everything that's recommended. Helm, really here, I would like to have the leather helm from Illidan. It's dropped once for my guild, or maybe twice. It's gone to Hunters, I think. Maybe a rogue got one as well, but I can't be sure. But if we just have a quick look at what that is, Storm Rage. So it's this Cursed Vision of Sargeras. That's what I want there. I ran with the T5 helm for a while in the absence of anything else, and in the end I thought, well, I'm not going farming Mount Hygel for one helm. But in the end I said, well, screw it, I'll go and get the tier 6. And by the time we went and by the time I joined for that, it did drop, 2 dropped. And I got one, nobody else wanted the other. So it was easy to get. And I got a 2-set bonus because I'm one of the few in the guild. My guild have downed only Kalikos so far. We're working on Brutalis. I'm one of the few who got loot from Sunwell. So I've got that. I got the Sky Shatter Wrist Guards. Tier 6 is worth having for Enhancement Shaman at this stage of the game. And so I've got a 2-set bonus. It's not massively great. 10% less mana for shocks. I tend not to run out of mana as an Enhancement Shaman because of the wonderful and lovely Shamanistic Rage, which of course allows me to regenerate mana whenever I feel like it. So I've got that. Next, I haven't been great at getting Bis necks. So the Bis neck that I would normally have gone for would be the one from Supremus, I think it is. There. Choker of Endless Nightmares, we've hardly seen it. Choker of Serrated Blades is a trash drop. It says on my guide, on my add-on there, Black Temple. I've never seen it drop in Black Temple. When it has dropped, it's dropped in Mount Hyjal. So I got that early on the basis that eventually people would stop wanting the one from Supremus, but we've hardly seen it. And so even if we go there, there'll be huge competition for that every time we go. So I've got that other one. The one I'm aiming for is the one from Brutalis. Is it Brutalis? I think it's Brutalis. Let's have a look at Sunwell. Clutch of Demise. That's the one I'm aiming for, and that's the one I'm hopefully going to get. Shoulders crafted. Shaman Discord said this is the best in slot. Sin's the best. Shoulders light, lightning reflex. As soon as I got the pattern from the trash, I crafted that, and I've had that for ages. So one of the first things you get is these patterns. This took a while to get. This is the Bis cloak for Black Temple from Terran Gorfiend. We've only seen 2 of them, and I've got one, and one of the rogues has got one. But I believe I'll be hanging on to that for a while. I'm not going to go over the things now that I'm going for. Midnight Chest Guard from Archimon, got it very early on. Nobody else wanted that. Rogues don't want it, and it was my Bis, so I got it pretty quick. Sky Shadow Rich Guards I've talked about. My weapons, I've gone for that totem. It's the badge totem. I can't see much difference between that and the one I had before, the blue. So it is what it is. It's passive, as they all are, and I think it's pretty good. This I got very early, High Wall of Digentus. It's like the first boss in Black Temple, right? It's dropping all the stuff that I need. So that's my Bis for that Black Temple raids, Black Temple Mount Hyjal raids, and I've had it for ages. Now Belt of 1,000 deaths. Sorry, Belt of 100 deaths, isn't it? From Vash is the one that we all wanted. Well, again, only a few people got it. Where is it now? There it is. Belt of 100 deaths. Ideally, I'd have that, but what I've had to do is get nearer to it with other choices, and I ended up with this from Mount Hyjal when I didn't really want it. It was a minor upgrade on the one I had before, which is a male one, and so I got it. Pants, bow-stitch leggings, got them pretty quick as well. Again, they're from Mount Hyjal, from Asgalore, and this from Terran Gorfiend. Nobody else wanted that. Hunters, I guess, must have a different option. So I got that. First time it dropped, I got it. Similarly, so rings, one of the last times I went to Tempest Keep. In fact, the very last time I went to Tempest Keep, which is a shocking raid for melee. I'm sure you all agree. Got that. And Band of the Eternal Champion from the rep down in Caverns of Time. Bloodlust Brooch is my trinket. I haven't been lucky with trinkets. Never got DST. You see raids for that now. DSTs are reserved all the time. And again, I like passive stuff, so I've stuck with the Ashton Talisman of Vision. All of this stuff can be upgraded in Sunwell Plateau, but we've only just got started. So this is KOOTA. I'm pretty well kitted, I think, for the stage that we're at. I could have a bit more Sunwell gear if we were moving quicker through it, but we're going at the pace that I'm used to, and I love playing this. Sadly, with Wrath of the Lich King, this will be the first alt that I level, because I've decided to go Death Knight. So I'm going Unholy Death Knight for Wrath of the Lich King to make a change again. And actually, if that sucks, if I hate that and if I'm crap at it, I'll come back probably to KOOTA and level him up to be my main. Shh, don't tell anyone. Alright, so that's KOOTA. It's been great playing KOOTA in TBC Classic, and I'll be posting videos of KOOTA raiding and doing other stuff, hopefully. is Warcraft Dad.
Oh,